guy's gonna be dead in a week. Hey, good, you're here. Your results just got back. My name is Dr. Jordan Breeding, and my middle name is Chapman, which my mom says comes from John Chapman, aka Johnny Appleseed, but I prefer grapes. I'd like to see an apple do that. Anyway, you're about to be part of the first ever episode of Your Brain on Crack, the show where I diagnose movie problems to distract from my personal issues, and the only show on Cracked. Today, I diagnose. Obviously, not everybody in a movie can be a sexy genius like me. I can accept movies usually need a few conveniently stupid characters to keep things moving, but sometimes it requires such profound universal stupidity it starts to feel insulting. Now, you might ask why I, an actual doctor, would be insulted by stupid people in a stupid movie, and if it's maybe because I'm afraid that people will think I'm stupid and that my degree isn't legit, but to that I say, So, here are some types of movie plots that wouldn't be possible if anybody in the movie had graduated 3rd grade, which I will very soon. Every Christmas, Santa sneaks into our homes, eats all our shit, leaves toys for the good kids and cancer cold for the kids that watch PewDiePie. This continues until parents decide lying to children is morally iffy and they deserve more credit for all your gifts. Not only do your parents already know that Santa got you a life-size, anatomically correct Lego replica of Black Widow, they stayed up all night helping Santa put it together, the lazy bitch.
I am lactose intolerant.
No adult in the Santa Claus movie believes in the big guy despite overwhelming evidence.
So, you're,
Santa Claus.
Right. Like take Tim Allen's The Santa Claus, for example. Scott Calvin loses custody of his kid because the other adults think he's insane for telling children Santa is real. And yes, it doesn't help that he gained 100 pounds overnight and grew a big ass beard to look like Santa. But in that same universe, here's what one family got for Christmas.
Fine. Fine.
Can you imagine walking downstairs one morning to find a 20-foot boat in your living room addressed to your 5-year-old and be like, wow, that's the last time I ever drink Sauvignon Blanc until the wee hours of the night and then hop online to cruise some dicks. Sporting goods. Sporting goods. For the inventory, for the store. But wait, it gets weirder.
Normally I sleep naked. Buck naked.
In Elf, adults themselves apparently receive gifts from Santa. When Michael reads Santa's big list on camera, it includes the names of adults in their gift wish list, like a day of pampering at a day spa for this guy. How is Santa even gonna get him that present? Sneak coupons into the junk mail? Fake a sweepstakes win? That would never work, because this dude would assume it was a police trick to bring him back into custody.
Must be another Dirk Lawson.
And when you think about it, why would a real Santa want to cover up his own existence at all? The elf Santa literally needs belief for his sleigh to run. He craves it.
There's just no Christmas spirit anymore.
A business-savvy Santa should air Super Bowl commercials about how real he is. It's as if everyone in a Christmas movie is willfully denying Santa's existence for no reason but to spite wonderment.
He's not Santa.
He is too.
And while we're here, let's take a second to think about the horrific impact Santa would have on the economy. I mean, an elf-made kayak probably costs hundreds of dollars, and a spa day, you know, for a man with that much freaking body hair could run into the thousands. These are high-market items spread across every non-naughty household in the world. That's billions, maybe trillions of dollars in lost revenue. Wait, is big business trying to cover up the existence of Santa to protect profits? Is it possible Santa exists in our own universe, but Big Christmas took him out or something?
You killed him.
Is that what you were trying to tell me, Will Ferrell and Tim Allen? I am so sorry, Will Ferrell. And also Tim Allen.
Well, I guess we'll never know for sure what happened this Christmas Eve in Central Park.
If there's anything we know about King Kong, it's that he has a thing for blonde women he could probably crush with his freaking tongue. And also, he hates aircraft and will do anything to smash them. Kong Skull Island has Kong battling a dozen helicopters despite being nowhere near a delicious airport Cinnabon. And guys, I'm not saying anything you don't know, but Kong is medically speaking a monkey and therefore cannot fly legally. And yet for some ridiculous reason, these battle-tested Vietnam vets are flying their helicopters down Kong's ass crack like X-Wings in the Death Star trench, which, you know, makes his penis the exhaust port.
Kill this son of a bitch.
Or I guess maybe The pee hole is the port, and the urethra is the shaft. Okay, I don't know a lot about engineering or like anatomy. I mean, human anatomy, totally, but monkeys are very different, they say. But apparently neither do the pilots, because they fly so close to Kong they could chuck rocks out the window if they run out of ammo. And look, I did the math here. And this version of Kong is 104 feet tall, and those types of machine guns have an effective firing range of up to 1,200 yards when trying to hit a freaking human. But it's even worse in movies like Pacific Rim, where the military has access to full-on modern technology, because rockets these days have such long ranges planes typically never even see each other. And yet, once again, professional soldiers attack land-bound kaiju with modern fighter jets by flying between their damn legs. At that point, why not just strap an F-14 onto the back of a pickup truck? I mean, there have to be easier ways to stare at some giant taint, right? Like what would you guys do?
Oh dear.
Imagine for a second that you're like me. Not an actual doctor maybe, but you know, a real tough guy, a rough guy, a just can't get enough guy.
Hey, my turn.
And one night you're hanging out in your favorite parking lot with some other bad types, sad types, might seduce your dad types, talking about sports athletes and consensual boob touching when a completely nude wall of man muscle walks up to you and makes you a tantalizing offer.
You're close. Give them to me.
This is a man whose penis is thicker than your bicep. You might not want to look like a wuss, but at a minimum, you gotta take him to Goodwill to buy him some pants with a massive inseam so he doesn't obliterate you. And yet the Terminator films are all built around this idea that if you didn't know a 270-pound bodybuilder with murderous intent was a robot, you'd have no reason to be scared of them. Like, since when has a human ever done anything that bad?
Hey, I think this guy's a couple cans short of a six-pack.
In the first movie, Bill Paxton and his fellow 80s punks immediately pull knives on the Terminator, despite him being the size of all three of them put together, crazy enough to go for a nude stroll at night, and very obviously not carrying anything of value. I mean, unless it's stuffed between his butt cheeks, but with a butt like that, you're talking $30, $40 tops. In Terminator 2, the Terminator walks into a biker bar fully nude again and demands a man give him his clothes and motorcycle, but the guy responds by putting a cigar out on the Terminator's rippling bare chest.
You forgot to say please.
And I guess, that the social situation demanded some kind of manly display, but it was done with such pure confidence. Like, what life do all these dudes lead that makes them think they could win against a guy that huge and that naked? The same sort of thing also happens to Hugh Jackman's thick ropey ass in X-Men, except the guy who jumps him is actually pretty sure Jackman is an invulnerable mutant.
No man takes a beating like that without a mark to show for it.
What the hell, let's stab him anyway. Oh, but stabbing is kind of Wolverine's thing, so... Look out! It sort of makes you wonder what they're even trying to say in these scenes. Like, if you're trying to show how tough and scary the Wolverine is, having him gut a recently divorced father of two doesn't convince me. I mean, why not have him strip naked and wrestle the mountain from Game of Thrones? And hell, make the mountain naked too and make it a naked bard. Make the audience naked and we'll name it Triple X-Men, The Last Dance.
You can't do that.
Back in the 1300s, when everybody was either a fabulously wealthy king or hilariously impoverished peasant with no middle ground, it would have been super easy for a vampire to hide their immortality. But with each passing year, the likelihood that we have shiny, immortal beings walking amongst us decreases. And it's not just because advanced technology makes it way easier to mass-produce silver bullets and sacred garlic, but also because it takes so much paperwork to be a human. Everybody's massively on the grid, especially, let's say, a pale, wealthy, malnourished, teenage sex vampire, like Edward Cullen.
I want to find the bad guy.
According to my sister who saw this movie, because I definitely didn't watch it by myself when my girlfriend broke up with me and I just needed to believe in love again, Cullen has been dabbling in statutory rape for almost a full century.
Since 1918.
Still got that pepper spray?
To that end, Cullen continually enrolls in local high schools and keeps his pleasure mansion sufficiently stocked with hair gel and body glitter. But But like, how long is he planning to attend that high school? I mean, assuming nobody notices he's been there for 7 years, does Cullen just really love AP Bio? Can he not think of anything better to do with his time than hang out with people 90 years his junior and watch them learn about flatworms over and over and over and over? Let's say he knows an actual doctor willing to counterfeit 100 birth certificates for a super good price. How's he even gonna hide all that wealth? The books say Edward resets his life by pretending to be his own heir and then bequeathing his fortune to himself, but realistically it would take so much work, he might as well just eat every estate lawyer in the world, buy a wig, pretend he found a bag of money in the woods every, 10 years. And like, how do werewolves and vampires manage to run around murdering people and performing feats of superhuman strength and banging high schoolers without being noticed? I can barely pull off just 2 of those things without everybody asking me stuff. Bella finds out right away, and she's not exactly Sherlock Holmes, is she?
Sorry. Okay, well, let's say for argument's sake that I'm not smart.
The government might not believe in vampires per se, but the convoluted paper trail, unexplained money, constant movement, and proximity to weird crimes still suggest they're what? Fugitives, spies, terrorists? Something way worse? Somebody's gonna rat their asses out eventually, and like my grandma always said, you can only suck so many people dry before somebody discovers your secret identity, Jeffrey. She didn't really know our names at the end, but she was still very wise.
What?
So I guess that's it. Yep, discussed gigantic tainted detail, hinted at what I want for Christmas, made an homage to Graham Graham. I think that's it. Join me next appointment when we diagnose my emotions. No, I'm not doing that. I'll do velociraptors. Why are they so mean? So yeah, whatever. Be sure to check with Kathy at the front desk on the way out to pick up some drugs for your herpes. Okay, sounds like somebody's getting out there. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully we're gonna make a few more of these, so you should subscribe and ding the bell. Smash that subscribe, ding that bell. Those are YouTube things, so do that.